Hello everyone, welcome to my assignment video for Module 4. I'm going to start off this time with the learning targets. There are three. The first is to accurately distinguish between nine types of observations. The second is to describe how to use observation as formative assessment. And three, explain the different ways observation reliability can be compromised. We haven't really investigated what reliability means, but reliability actually just means consistency. Is the observation consistent? So if I observe someone and then my teacher's aide observed it, would those two observations of the same act be consistent? It's like inter-rater reliability, same kind of concept. Okay, assignments. This semester is the second time I've taught observation as an assessment option. Therefore, as with all parts of this course, I will be looking for your help in improving and enhancing the topic. So if you think there's something that I could add, or if you find something on observation that really would be helpful, please email me or send me a remind message or text message me. Either way. Several of you have asked about my favorite intervention discussion board, which is in the syllabus. I'm happy to know that someone is looking at that. I eliminated that assignment. I'm trying to pare down my course because I've gotten feedback that there's too much work. So I figured that's something that you can investigate on your own. In that assignment, you were asked to create a video explaining an academic or behavioral intervention from three different websites: interventioncentral.org, What Works Clearinghouse, or Intervention Hero. I would still recommend visiting these sites if you are looking for proven strategies to increase achievement or reduce inappropriate behavior. Lots of helpful stuff. You have two holdover assignments due at the end of this module. This will be 3 weeks you've had to do these, so everybody should not be feeling any pressure except those of you who went away on vacation. I got some panic emails about that. You have the Grade the DEJ's discussion, which it seems like they're doing a good job commenting on it and discussing quality. That will close at the end of this module, and the double entry journal on Salvia, Isseldijk, and Whitmer chapter on RTI with connections to the Fisher and Fry chapter and Cohen and Spencer chapter, and my presentation. I would recommend you watch my presentation. I've graded a DEJ already that did not mention anything that I mentioned in my RTI presentation. You have to watch that to see what I think is important. It's important to know what I think is important. Okay. While the latter assignment is due on Sunday, as with most of my written assignments, there is no penalty for handing in later, although 3 weeks should be enough to write this double entry journal. The only other assignments other than reading about observation are to watch my video presentation and take the special ed assessments test, which focuses mostly on this session on observation, but also covers some issues from session 2 and session 3, which, is cycling back and is good for retention. So keep that in mind. Again, there's a hard copy of the quiz in course materials, and there will be a quiz discussion board where you can discuss questions. Just don't give answers. Already I found people giving answers in that, and all that is like legalized cheating. The purpose is to get, for all those modification and accommodations, there was a whole section in Cohen and Spencer that I took those out of, and some of you mentioned that in that discussion board. So that's a good way to get somebody, hey, here's where you can find it. There's a lot of modifications and accommodations that are very similar to the ones in the quiz. There are 3 main texts that you need to read in this module. A chapter from Cohen and Spencer, a position paper from the National Council of Teachers of English, so all you English teachers should be excited about that. Part of which describes observation as formative assessment, which is going to lead right into our Module 10 topic. So again, we're going to be cycling back. And an article by teacher Katie White, who describes observation from a regular classroom teacher's perspective. There's also a chapter, Wall 2012, and ancillary materials that will be of interest to my pre-K people. I'm always trying to come up with things for my pre-K people. It's about using observation techniques with young children, and I've also included another chapter from Salvia et al. So that's it for the assignments for Module 4. Finally, keep going on your vocabulary in your own words. Go into the overview, and you'll see down at the bottom that I've provided a template for both the vocabulary in words and your final baseline survey. If you're filling those out as you go, you'll have the citations will be right in the module, so it'll be very easy if you're doing it as you go. Of course, many of you won't. You're professional procrastinators, and you will do it in the last week, and then you will complain about how much work there is in the last 2 weeks, the last 2 modules. So I'm trying to help you out here. Take Dr. Tom's advice and be working on those now. So this current session, this current module ends on March 4th, so you will have had 3 weeks to complete the DEJ and the favorite intervention, not the favorite intervention, we're not doing that, you'll have had 3 weeks to complete the double entry journal. So I expect those to be outstanding. So that's it. I'll be back for Module 5.